What's going on, guys? It's your boy, nowhere of all things ball, Christian.
Not married.
And on today's episode, we're going to be doing a 2026 preview on our beloved Auburn Tigers.
Oh, yeah.
Completely unbiased, by the way.
Completely unbiased. No
Completely
bias
unbiased.
at all.
Nope.
Auburn's a team where, every offseason for the past about 5 years, I keep getting my hopes up, even though I tell myself not to. And then I just get my heart broke all over again. We've had 2 new coaches in the past 5 years. And each time I'm like, it's going to be different this time. This guy, I was justifying Brian Harsin. And I was swearing he would save Auburn.
I did too. I 100% was on the Harsin train. Got disappointed.
Yep. And I did the same thing when Hugh Freeze came. I said give him
God.
3 years. He was so close.
So close. One less hole of golf away from a national championship. No, when we announced that we were hiring Hugh Freeze, I said the nation done fucked up. They done fucked up. They done gave us a elite recruiter, an elite offensive mind.
It's over.
Then we went and got DJ Durkin. I said, y'all really done fucked up. We got money. We got coaches. We're fucking back. We're so fucking back.
Yeah, I remember Mary Flipmas getting the Freeze 4.
Oh my gosh, Cam Coleman on Christmas. It was either Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. I remember I sent it to you and Caleb. I said, we're back.
Yeah.
We're back.
And now all of them's gone except Russ Kane.
Oh, God. I don't want to talk about Cam Coleman in this video. My heart can't take it.
Got bad news.
I might shed a tear.
So, going into the season, Auburn is last in the SEC in roster retention. They returned 3 starters. Lost the whole Freeze 4 except Russ Kane, like we were talking about.
True Auburn man.
Whole O-line's gone. 9 defensive starters are gone.
I will say, I think Xavier Chaplin went to Florida State.
Yes.
I'm surprised he didn't fall off the plane, getting off the plane too early. I'm really shocked that he didn't just walk clean off that motherfucker, because he likes to be early.
Yeah, can't hold his water.
Yeah, can't hold it.
Now he's gonna tear it up at Florida State.
He's gonna go first overall in the draft.
That'd be about right.
The biggest waste of $4.2 million I think I've ever seen.
No, I swear. But bringing Alex Golesh this year, I want to believe he has success in the past. OC at Tennessee. He revived South Florida, and he's saying the right things, but I just can't get my hopes up until I see it. I can't believe until I see it.
Yeah, man. I mean, he's coming into a better situation than Hugh Freeze came into following Brian Harsin, even with 30-plus transfers, transferring out, and a lot of them being big-time players.
Yeah, big pieces.
Big pieces. But he's still coming into a better spot than Hugh Freeze did. Bring some of his guys with him. You're hoping that he turns it around kind of like Kurt Signetti did. Will that happen? Probably not. But I'm just trying to be hopeful here.
Yeah.
Like I do every year. And I will be disappointed come the end of the season. But like you said, man, he's saying all the right things. He's doing all the right things right now with, he picked up some good pieces in the transfer portal, being unproven, which is big.
Yeah.
Has gotten some big names in high school to commit. Doesn't mean shit until that paper gets signed. But it looks good right now. Proven winner the past 3 stops or so that he's been at, 2 or 3. My biggest question mark was, could he keep up with the big dogs in recruiting in the SEC? I wasn't expecting him to come in and give Auburn the number 1 recruiting class in the country, the number 1 recruiting class in the SEC. But in the SEC, you have to be within the top 5 to be respected.
Yeah.
You fall out of that top 5, you start falling to the categories with, I almost said Arkansas, but Arkansas is fucking, they've bottomed out.
Their recruiting class is higher than Alabama's right now.
Well, yeah, so is Toledo's. But you start to get into that middle ground of the SEC with the Mizzous, and I guess now it's fair to say the Vanderbilts and stuff like that. And that's just not Auburn.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to be on the next level.
Exactly.
Touching into the pieces he brought in, it's a bunch of G5 guys. So the question is, can they elevate to the SEC? You know, a lot of them been from the American Conference at South Florida. Can they go from the AAC to the SEC and still produce, still like hang with the big dogs? It's a thing where if you think all of them will, I think that's a little optimistic.
Yeah.
But if you think none of them will, that's also just being pessimistic.
Yeah.
So I think some of them will be able to elevate and hang, and then some of them will just be like, we might have missed on this guy. And that's not hating on G5 players. 'Cause, I mean, we've had tremendous talent come out of small schools. You know, Max Crosby went to Eastern Michigan. Randy Moss went to Marshall. Antonio Brown at Central Michigan. So you can find gems from these small schools.
Mm-hmm.
But if they're bringing in 30 plus transfers, if you think all of them will hit, that's just being wearing blue and orange tinted glasses.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think the guys from USF, like you said, you don't need all of them to pop year one. Some of them are younger, and so they have that opportunity to see it and then come back better next year. But the ones that have to prove that they belong year one, it's got to be your quarterback and Byron Brown.
Yeah.
Okay, look like an absolute dog at USF. Everyone in the country wanted him. If you say that you didn't want Byron Brown as your quarterback, you're lying.
Yeah. There was real noise he was going to go to Miami over Auburn.
Yeah. What do you have? 3,300 pass yards last year.
I know it was over 3,000 pass yards. Barely got over 1,000 rushing yards. I say barely. I mean, 1,000 is crazy.
It is crazy.
42 total touchdowns. So the question is, was it because he's facing inferior competition, or is it that's going to continue in the SEC?
Yes.
I don't think it'll be the same level of production, but I think he will be able to carry over some of that success.
Yeah, I mean it doesn't have to be the same production here. And I think that's a big thing that Alex Golesh needs to tell him. It's like, hey, you don't need to do what you did at USF here.
Yeah.
You have more weapons, more resources around you.
You have a defense you can lean on.
Yeah, I would like to see him, throw for 2,800. This is just me throwing out random numbers. 2,800 and have like 600 yards rushing versus being 1,000-yard rusher. Because running like that in the SEC week in, week out, you're going to get bruised and battered.
Oh, yeah, you're going to get beat up.
Yeah. And, you want longevity, not just this season, but like for the rest of his career. I think he could possibly be a decent NFL guy. I mean, they're going to fix that throwing motion in the NFL. But, he's got the athleticism.
And size.
Oh, yeah. Big dude.
Yeah, big fella.
Dude. He's gonna help us a lot on short yard situations. But yeah, I mean, you don't have to be that guy here. Now that's all the, ESPN is talking about, the other sports shows. They're like, Byron Brown is that dude. He's gonna be that dude. You don't have to be. You just have to be good enough.
Well, I mean, that's what Auburn fans have been saying for years now. Like when we brought in Jackson Arnold and when we not just brought in Peyton Thorne, but then ran it back with Peyton Thorne, was you just have to take care of the football and be a decent passer. You just have to be a little above average, and this team will pop. This defense will carry you a long way, and those guys just weren't able to. I don't know if it's because a talent issue. Well, maybe a little bit of a talent issue, but it was also a thing of Hugh Freeze running some of the worst offense I've ever seen.
Yeah, Peyton Thorne, talent issue. Hugh Freeze should have been fired the second he announced year 2 that Peyton Thorne was going to be his starting quarterback. Jackson Arnold, I am really confused as to why Jackson Arnold didn't work at Auburn. That first game versus Baylor, didn't try to do too much with his arm, was running anywhere he wanted to with his legs.
Smart with the ball.
Yeah, smart with the ball. And it seems like once we hit SEC play,
it fell apart.
It just bottomed out. And when I try to think back on the season last year, Jackson Arnold really didn't do all that much bad. He got hit a lot.
He held the ball too long a lot.
Yeah, he got hit a lot. But, he wasn't giving the ball to the other team. Nothing like that. So I'm really confused as to why he didn't work. And I think that goes with Hugh Freeze's offense
Yeah.
just not working. Because Peyton Thorne, I can sit back and tell you off the top of my head 6 interceptions that he threw.
Yeah.
Just absolute ducks.
From one game.
Yeah.
In one half.
But yeah, I don't think we'll have that issue under Golesh. Younger guy, knows he has to win.
Yeah.
I think he knows what he got himself into. It's a bad thing when a coach is telling you, give me 3 years.
Yeah. I mean, Hugh Freeze did come into a very rough roster. And then Alex Golesh, like you said, is coming into a better situation. But it is a weird dynamic to where when Hugh Freeze came in, almost every Auburn fan was like, year 3, he'll pop, we'll be in the playoffs. And it's like, it feels like Alex Golesh is coming in to more pressure to like have success immediately.
Yeah. I think it just goes along with that was just 3 more bad years behind us. And so the fan base is really starting to get into panic mode, which we should have been in panic mode way long ago.
Should have been in panic mode when we hired Brian Horson.
Yeah. But I think the fan base is starting to get into panic mode. And, the Auburn fan base is one of the most loyal electric fan bases in all of college football. And that's not me just saying that because I'm an Auburn fan. I truly do believe that.
Yeah, very loyal.
Yeah, I don't think you can go to many places that go, 5-7, 3 years straight, and every home game is still packed out and loud.
Sell out
Every home
crowd.
game. Tickets are still $600 a piece.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he's definitely feeling the pressure. It does help that, Hugh Freeze was a good recruiter. That was the one bright spot at Auburn. So even with losing those 30-plus players, you still have a couple of sneaky guys on that roster that are just itching for their chance.
And I mean, there is some proven production that got brought in. Like we hit on Byron Brown. And then, you're returning Jeremiah Cobb, who nearly rushed for 1,000 yards last year. And I mean, he's also just physical, almost never goes down on first contact. And you're talking about short yardage situations. Him and Byron Brown on like a 3rd and 1, 4th and 1.
It's going to be unstoppable almost.
Yeah.
It's pick your poison. Do you sell out on Cobb or do you sell out on Brown?
And then maybe they sneak a little past one of these receivers they brought in. It seems like the starting 3 receivers will be all from USF, Koger, Neptune, and Singleton. I mean, they all had, Singleton had crazy numbers. 877 receiving yards, 8 touchdowns. Neptune had 335, 1 touchdown. And then Koger had 597 and 8 touchdowns.
I think I would put Bryce Kane over Neptune.
He'll get touches.
Yeah, I think the starting receiver room for me is looking like it's going to be Singleton, Koger, Kane, and you could probably sneak. I expect Sam Turner to turn it up this year. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the passing game will look a lot more. It'll look a lot more dynamic, even though it's a step back in terms of talent. I think that Golesh will have them running actual routes instead of bubble screens, goes, comebacks,
stop and goes.
It's like last year, a lot of the passing game feels like it only worked just because you had insane receivers. It's like Cam Coleman, you can just put the ball semi-close to him, and there's a good shot he catches it.
Yes.
I don't know if any of these receivers, none of them will probably be that talented, but you assume with this system and with Byron Brown at QB, it'll be a lot easier to find like open spots.
I don't think the passing game is going to look as electric as it has in the past years because when you look back at the 2 previous years, our passing game was so bad that the smallest thing, like the thing that's normal for like Georgia to do or Alabama to do, we were like, that's a big play. It looks electric with Cam Coleman, like you said. You can throw it within 50 feet of him, and he will go get it. His arm just extends like a Marvel character or something. So I don't think it will look as electric, but I think it's going to be more consistent, and it's just going to work. Okay, it's just going to work.
Yeah, I think most of Auburn's explosives will be on the ground and not through the air. That is just because you have a dog at running back. You have one of the biggest quarterbacks ever,
Yeah.
besides like Jamarcus Russell.
Yeah. KJ Jefferson was bigger,
Shit.
but he couldn't run with them, really.
Yeah.
TJ Finley.
He could run from the cops.
Oh, man. Yeah, dude. I think so. Golesh has said 1,000 times already since he's been hired, we're going to run the damn football.
Yeah.
So I think this offense is going to look like a run first option.
Yeah.
We're going to run it down your throat until you stop it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't stop it, Byron Brown is going to throw the ball maybe 12 times a game.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to eat clock and beat your defense up.
The only, I like the run first offense. Really, I've always preferred run first, and that's probably just growing up watching Auburn. But the only thing I think that could stop that for Auburn would be this O-line.
Yes.
Because they lost they lost Xavier Chaplin, like you were hitting on, and then they also lost Connor Liu.
That's big.
He was phenomenal. And most of this O-line, I think, is G5 talent.
Yeah. A lot of people don't realize that Connor Liu was the best offensive line recruit that we have brought in since Braden Smith.
Yeah.
He's one of those offensive linemen that becomes a fan favorite. And we haven't seen that much in recent years.
He definitely could have got a bag to go somewhere else.
Oh, yeah.
And chose to stay.
Yeah, I mean, they probably offered him a bag to stay this year.
Yeah.
And I mean, the kid's smart. You play interior offensive line, you already have a torn ACL on your record. Go to the league now. Get that money in the league and tear your ACL there versus coming back another year and tearing it again in college.
Yeah. And then, going back to this O-line, when I say they're G5 talent, I don't mean that as a knock, but it is a question of, will they be big enough? It's not just a talent thing, but it's also, will the size be there too?
Oh, the size is there, brother. Let me read off what we got here. So this guy right here. This isn't a USF transfer. This is Kai Ellis. Played last year. Was Connor's backup. 6'4", 315. Got a transfer in from Miami. 6'4", 320. Let's see here. Cole Skinner, USF transfer. 6'5", 322. Let me try to find one more here. Cole Best, 6'4", 322. So the size is there. What's going to have to come another step is going to be technicality and physicality. Okay? Because it's completely different coming off the ball and getting hit by a G5 guy, defensive lineman who's 6'2", 290, versus coming off trying to hit a guy that's 6'6", 330 and can keep up with Byron Brown in the open field. So this USF offensive line is going to have to be more technical and more physical than they were last year. The size is there. I'm not worried about size. Okay. It's just the fundamentals.
Yeah.
And who wants to be a dog. I just want us to score more than 3 points on Kentucky.
Yeah.
I don't want to see us struggle against South Alabama anymore. That'd be cool.
Lose to New Mexico State.
Yeah. Have to win on damn near a Hail Mary against Georgia State.
I'm tired of having a defense that was last year through the first 9 games, no one scored more than 24 on Auburn, and we were still losing.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm tired of having a championship level defense and a
5-cent offense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Yeah. Man, I don't see how these guys are still recruiting defenders to come to Auburn. I don't know how. So how about we jump into the defense since we've brought them up?
Yeah, defense is the most known commodity for Auburn, mainly just because of DJ Durkin, one of the best defensive minds in the country, is able to field elite defenses even when facing a talent deficit. Even though Auburn lost a lot, only returning 2 starters on defense, I trust Durkin to find a way to make it work. Mm-hmm. Because, some of the guys you're hoping will step up will be guys that were already with Auburn. And then some of them are some transfers. I like the secondary a lot of Pleasant. I like Caleb Harris is good. Champ Anthony, if he can stay healthy. And then I like the transfers of Shamar Arnaud from Florida State and
Mhm.
Andre Jordan Jr. from UCLA.
Yes.
So I think secondary will be pretty strong. I don't know if they'll be locked down, but I think they'll be pretty consistent. I think the linebacker room is where Auburn really shines with
Mhm.
Xavier Atkins, Diaz, and Melendez.
Mhm.
So, I mean, Xavier Atkins, one of, if not the best linebacker in the SEC.
Mhm.
So, the only question I have, similar to the offense, is the trenches.
Yeah, I mean, we have some interior guys in there that I like a lot. My biggest question on the line is the edge rushers. Right now, our only proven edge rusher, and he's not even really all that proven. I mean, he had some bright moments last year as a true freshman, but it's Jared Smith.
Yeah.
He's going to have to step up big time, and he's got the athleticism to do it. I believe he's damn sure got the frame at 6'6", 260. That's a big
Jesus
boy.
Christ.
That is a big boy.
Yeah.
I mean, and I was at the A-Day game, and Byron Brown's trying to throw a quick little, I think it was either like a screen or a check down or something on to Jared Smith's side, and he literally just jumped up, snagged it, took it to the crib. So he's going to have to step up big. Guys like J.J. Falk, I think he needs to step up this season. I mean, hell, your brother was amazing. Just do what he did. just copy him. But yeah, man, edge is the big question mark for me. I'm not too worried about the interior. Biggest thing about the interior is you want to be big but athletic, and I think we've got that.
One thing is like I am worried about the D line. I'm very worried about the pass rush. I trust Durkin to find a way to get these linebackers through. Find a way to get exotic enough with your blitz packages that someone's getting through.
Yes.
You know, maybe not every play, but somewhat consistently.
Yeah. And I mean, even when you do stuff like that, it's making the opposing team's offensive line think.
Yeah.
You know, because before every snap, you see them all pointing because they're all communicating, right? So when you're bringing pressure from all kinds of different ways, it makes it hard
Yeah.
for them to communicate. And then that opens up for your linemen. You know, I've seen coaches or teams do things where they fake blitz. You know, the linebacker takes 2 hard steps forward. Offensive lineman looks up, sees them. Defensive end comes in. And I mean, the linebacker's dropping back into coverage.
Yeah.
So when you can play little mind games like that, it makes a huge difference. And I mean, when you're an offensive lineman getting punched in the mouth by Elijah Melendez and Xavier Atkins and Bryce Diaz, and let's not diss the man, DeMarcus Riddick.
Oh, yeah.
He's a dog too. So when you have more than one thing to concern yourself with, your mind just starts spinning. And then you take that on top of playing in Jordan Hare with 86,000 people breathing down your neck, wanting your blood. I mean, it's not a good mix. So if I'm a linebacker in high school, if I'm a high quality linebacker, I don't know how I don't want to go play for DJ Durkin.
Yeah.
You know he's going to scheme some shit up for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to make you the best version of what you can be.
Because, I mean, Xavier Atkins came from LSU, but I didn't know of him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I literally said when I saw that we signed him, I said, this guy's either going to be really good or he's going to be ass. And he turned out to be pretty damn good, if you ask me. Going back to the edge rushers, man, we've got to get those guys rolling because going back to what you say, I expect our secondary to be good, but I agree with you. I don't expect them to be locked down.
Yeah.
So the secondary is good enough that you're going to get a covered sack here and there.
Yeah.
But that's not something you want to rely on because I think we're good, but we're not insanely deep.
Mm-hmm.
Our deepest position is going to be safety with Champ Anthony, Eric Winters, Sylvester Smith. But our corners aren't too deep. Yeah. So you don't want to rely on those guys to sit back in coverage for 4 to 5 seconds.
Over and
over again, because then they're going to get gassed, and now Cam Coleman is streaking down the field.
In the SEC championship.
Oh, God. Yeah. So, yeah, still, my biggest concern is definitely the edge rushers. If we figure that out, this defense could be as elite as it was last year.
That is
Just because of who's calling the defense, who's drawing it up.
that defense last year was so good.
I think it could be good as it was last year.
I hope you're right.
Mhm.
I don't see it. I think too much talent left.
Fair enough.
Prove me wrong,
Please.
please. All right, so going into Auburn's schedule, not the best for a first-year coach, but not the worst. They'll open with Baylor in Atlanta. I don't know why you don't play that in Jordan-Hare. I don't care how much money you got. That is just such a huge disservice to Alex Golesh
I agree.
to not let him open his career in Jordan-Hare.
Dude, that game, oh my gosh, that game in Jordan-Hare, I'm hoping it'd be a night game if it was in Jordan-Hare.
Oh, yeah.
But, because I mean, I couldn't imagine being Alex Golesh and you're just watching videos of Jordan-Hare, and then your very first real game is at home under the lights with 86,000 people behind you.
Yep.
Oh my God, dude. I couldn't imagine the feeling. And he was robbed of that for 2 recruits.
I couldn't imagine being DJ Lagway, having to go into Jordan-Hare in your first game at Baylor and experience that.
Dude, he'd probably go to Panda Express purposely the night before and give himself the bubble gut so he didn't have to deal with that.
Can't do it, coach. But instead, they'll be playing it in Atlanta. I mean, it'll still be, I assume the majority of the crowd will still be Auburn fans. I expect a comfortable win, not a blowout, but I think Baylor, one, they just ain't got the talent that Auburn has. No disrespect to Baylor.
All the disrespect.
All the disrespect to Baylor. And then I don't think Dave Aranda's that good of a coach. I think he's a great coordinator.
Yes.
But I don't think he's a good head coach.
Yes, because when you think about Dave Aranda, you think defense.
Yeah.
Right? And there's no way that guy goes from being an elite defensive coordinator to letting Jackson Arnold trample all over his defense and not make any adjustment to it.
Yeah.
I mean, was he that scared of Cam Coleman? That he was like, I'm not loading the box.
Was he that scared of Jackson Arnold's arm?
Maybe. Shit. Well, everyone was thinking that Jackson Arnold was going to be revived last year. I was one of them. Yeah. Like, oh, Oklahoma, he just didn't fit the scheme.
Still, when you're getting tore up like that,
you got to make adjustments.
Yeah, you got to start stacking.
And watching that game, that's really what I was worried about. I watched that first half. I was like, we looked all right. Mm-hmm. Now, Dave Aranda's going to come out and stop that shit. And it's going to look completely different.
Didn't do a thing.
Nothing. Nothing.
But yeah, I think the spread on this Baylor game sitting at like 7-ish. I think we'll cover that.
Yeah.
I think we could win by like 14. That's what we won by last year.
Yeah. Well, the issue is being Alex Golesh. Okay. Based off what I've seen of him since his hire, his personality seems fiery, competitive. I want you to not want to play me again type. So I want to say that he's going to come in there and just like put everything out. I want to make a statement. I want to beat Baylor by 45 plus. And then there's a part of me that's like, you have other things to worry about.
Yeah, you can't show your whole hand.
Yeah, you don't want to show your whole hand and then have Georgia sitting there like,
Don't want to have the best defensive mind maybe of all time. Kirby Smart just like, I see what you're doing.
Yeah, he's like, y'all tough, but I know what to do. So it's kind of tricky. So like, it's one of those things where it could be a 14-point win, but be completely dominant the entire game. Or it could be a blowout.
Now, if Auburn struggles like significantly with Baylor, if it comes down to the last minute, or if Auburn even loses, I'm terrified for the rest of the season. If Auburn loses to Baylor, I'm logged out for the rest of the season. I'm a Miami fan. I know they'll win. They don't play nobody.
Yeah, I'll claim Notre Dame. We say that, but we're going to be at my house every Saturday sitting there watching the Auburn game.
Yeah.
I think with that game, you have to make DJ Lagway beat you with his arm.
Yes.
I think the second his legs become a factor, it's going to get scary. So DJ Durkin gets paid a lot more money than I do to, diagnose the game of football. So I truly believe he'll have a scheme set up that will contain Lagway's legs.
Yeah.
I have full faith in our secondary against Lagway's arm.
Yes.
Even with the game being a neutral site, like you said, I think it's still going to be 90% Auburn fans in there. It's not going to be as electric as Jordan Hare, but it should still be loud.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I say let our boys drop back and let our front seven take care of business, and we win the game.
Yeah, I would think like Lagway is very talented. Going into last season, I think everyone was super high on him and it just fell apart a little bit. Part of that is Billy Napier was calling the plays.
Mhm.
So I expect Lagway to take a step up, at least statistically this year. But I think you're right. You do have to test his arm because his legs are lethal. Like we already know his legs are lethal. We don't know about his arm yet.
Yeah.
And his decision making.
Yeah. He's real close to being one of the biggest busts in college football history. If he looks about the same as he did at Florida this year, there's going to be a whole lot of chirping going around.
Oh, yeah.
Florida might hire Billy back. You weren't the issue, Billy. We're sorry.
Now, a couple weeks later, they're going to host Florida, be at Jordan Hare at night.
I want to go
one
to
of
that
the
game.
only times that a game might supersede Alabama as being the biggest in the season.
Yeah. I want to go to that game so bad. Too bad tickets are like $800. Yeah, that's one of those games where if both teams come into that game undefeated, that game, in my opinion, could show the trajectory of the rest of whatever team that wins season.
Yeah.
Especially with both teams having first-year head coaches, brand new.
Two head coaches that both flirted with Auburn.
Yep.
Auburn was about that close to hiring John Summerall.
Yep. Two coaches, two new coaches, two new quarterbacks. They're both returning their starting running back from the year before. These teams look very identical.
Yeah. Very similar situations.
Yeah. So whatever side wins that game, Twitter is going to erupt. We got the better guy.
Yeah.
You guys settled.
Y'all are a poverty franchise.
I can see the posts from Auburn fans on Twitter now. Yeah. We knew John Summerall wasn't the guy.
To me, this game is very much a toss-up. It being at Jordan Hare is huge. I think Florida's roster is just a little bit more talented. I think Auburn has the better quarterback. I think Florida has one of the best offensive pieces in the SEC in Jaden Ball. I think he is going to torch Auburn on the ground this game. And then, Aaron Philo at QB, and he came with his OC. We don't know what he's going to look like.
Mm-hmm.
So, and this will be his first test. Hell of a first test to have at Jordan Hare. But I don't know, like you're saying, this really shapes the season for both teams.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of expect a not super low scoring, but 31-24-ish.
I'm expecting fireworks, brother.
You think a shootout?
Yeah. And this game is just going to be so much fun. Okay, because you've got I'm just going to stir the pot here and say the bad blood between Summerall and Auburn.
Yeah.
And then, Golesh was seeing the same shit that Summerall was expected to be the next head coach at Auburn. And, he might be taking this personally.
I thought Golesh was going to Arkansas.
Yeah. He's probably like, shit. Y'all think I wasn't good enough to be here? Y'all think I'm only here because Summerall pulled out? No.
Y'all think I'm a second option?
Yeah. And then the fact that Summerall's a defensive guy and Golesh is an offensive guy, I mean, this is going to be fun, dude.
Storybook.
Yeah, this is some shit you see in a movie.
Yeah.
This shit's going to be fun.
I'm very excited for this game. I do think John Summerall will come out with the intention of we're going to run it, try to take this crowd out of the game, take the crowd out of the game.
Mm-hmm.
So,
one more thing. I think this game is going to be won by the team whose defense gives up the less amount of explosive plays.
Explosives will be big. I think you can say it's about almost any game.
Mm-hmm.
Turnovers will be huge.
And I fully expect Philo to make more mistakes than Byron Brown just because of how experienced
Yeah.
Byron Brown is. And I feel Jaden Ball's cool. He's good. He's one of the best running backs in the country.
Yeah.
But I couldn't tell you anything else about the rest of the offensive side of the ball.
They
Now
got Eric Singleton.
oh shit, I forgot about him. Yeah.
Revenge game.
Yeah, he's good. Oh yeah. I wish I could say Jay Crawford's gonna have him on lock, but he's going to. Rayshawn Pleasant, it's your time to shine, brother. No, but I mean, Florida could probably say the same thing about us. You know, there's probably two guys down there in Florida somewhere doing the same shit we're doing, a little small podcast, and they're saying, I don't know much else about Auburn other than Brown and Jeremiah Cobb.
They should know a lot about him because half this team was there when they beat them last year.
Yeah. So there is probably two guys saying, I'm terrified of Auburn.
Yeah, so I mean, that also does carry to the rest of the team where it's like, these guys came and embarrassed us in our home last year. Let's do the same thing. All right, a couple weeks later, another huge storyline game. They're going to be at Tennessee. Like, this crowd at Tennessee is going to be rocking.
Oh, yeah.
Like, Tennessee's always rocking, but now that it's one of their former coordinators coaching another SEC team coming to Tennessee, it's going to be nasty.
Playing against the coach that he coached with.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be nasty. I think this game has huge potential to be a shootout. I expect it to be like in the 40s.
Mm-hmm. Oh, God, that's going to be so fun, too. This might be one of those seasons that we look back on and we're like, that season was fun. Would have been a lot more fun if we won a couple more games. You know? Like, last year wasn't fun.
No.
You know, averaging 10 points a game.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, that was terrible.
I might smile the first game we lose, like 42-49.
Well, I mean, when we played Vanderbilt last year and it was a shootout, I was mad. I was upset we lost, but I was like, at least that was an entertaining game to watch.
Yes. Yeah. But yeah, that kneeling crowd is gonna be jumping. Dare I say rocking.
But yeah, I mean, it is a spot where I could see some guys for Auburn getting rattled. I hope not. This is their first road game.
Those guys have played in the Swamp. They've played in Athens. I don't expect that. It's a tough place to play, don't get me wrong. But if anyone's going to get rattled, I think it's going to be Golesh. I think this is equivalent to like when Kirby Smart faced off against Nick Saban for the first time.
Yeah, it's like trying to surpass your master in a way.
Yeah. Heupel knows Golesh. Golesh knows Heupel. It's going to be a fun little back and forth. I expect fireworks on that one too.
Assuming Auburn's 4-0 going into this. Like, say they beat Baylor, Southern Miss, Florida, Vandy. That would be huge. Like, for a confidence standpoint of like, well, we beat everybody that got thrown in front of us so far. We can handle this.
Mm-hmm.
And then Tennessee's a team where I'm interested to see who their quarterback is. I don't think anyone knows who it is right now. I don't even know if Josh Heupel knows who his quarterback is for this season. So I'm interested to see how good their quarterback will be. And I'll definitely be paying attention to when Tennessee plays Texas to see how they handle facing an elite defense. And really to see what Texas's offense can get popping off with the passing game.
Mm-hmm. Now, Georgia Tech could also show us some things.
Maybe. But I don't know what Georgia Tech's going to be this year.
I know, but they're one of those programs that, like, you don't want to overlook them.
They're usually real gritty.
Yeah.
And they got Mendoza's little brother. Then they'll get their bye. And they play at Georgia in Athens.
Ass whooping.
Yeah, I got this as definitely a loss. I don't know by how much.
I don't know. We'll see.
This is I hope no one gets hurt kind of game.
And I'm saying this an ass whooping right now, but let us be undefeated going to that game. I'm going to be unbearable.
I'll be unbearable, but I'm still going to be like going into it like, all right, this is where the ride stops.
That's where we have our first little loop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to say some like outlandish shit like, we're undefeated. I expect us to win this game 24-3. and then we're going to get dismantled.
Yeah. Yeah, Georgia's just better in every aspect. I think better roster, better coaching staff. The only way Auburn makes this close and has a chance of winning is you can't turn the ball over, and you have to force Gunnar Stockton throw a pick or two.
I think it has to be one of those real gritty games that you don't have to score every possession, but you have to have long drives.
You have to keep the ball away from Georgia.
Yeah, you have to keep the ball away from them to keep the explosive plays down for them and give your defense a rest.
Yeah, you have to wear their defense out.
Yeah, because I think our defense fresh stands up pretty nicely to Georgia's offense. I'm not saying that we win that battle, but I'm also not terrified.
The main thing to me is I expect Nate Frazier to just have a day.
Dude, I'm starting to just get the vibe that you don't believe in our run defense.
I will always trust DJ Durkin. I just need to see this front. I was going to say front seven. I need to see the D-line hold its own. And if they do against Florida, then, I'm a little more bought in.
Yeah.
But it's we're talking about two premier backs. We talked about Jaden Ball, and now we're talking about Nate Frazier.
Mm-hmm.
It's I'm not trying to discredit Auburn's defense. It's just I'm high on these running backs.
That's fair. I feel like that the Auburn-Georgia game always is real close until halftime.
Yeah.
And then halftime comes, and it's just a murder.
Yeah, Georgia pulls away a bit.
Yeah, and, props to them. Props to them. Yeah, they took care of business last year. Definitely didn't have any cheap shit go their way. But, yeah, you have to keep your defense off the field. I think the biggest thing as a whole with Hugh Freeze's tenure was the defense was always really good, and they started to fall out in the third and fourth quarter because the Hugh Freeze offense would go out. Defense would be on the field for 6 minutes, come off the field, it's a minute and a half, 3 and out.
Yeah.
Or
if they're lucky,
a turnover.
They got a commercial break.
Yeah. So with teams like this to have a great defense, you want to keep your defense off the field as long as you can. Yeah. And again, you don't have to be scoring every possession. Would be cool, but you don't have to. Kill clock, let your defense get a breather, flip the field.
You can't go 3 and out every other drive.
No.
And against teams like Georgia, that's going to be hard.
It's going to be tough, but you got to figure it out.
Yeah.
At some point, someone's got to drop their nuts.
Yeah.
That's also been an issue with Auburn the past few years. We have not had a guy that has just blatantly said, I'm going to let my nuts hang, until Xavier Atkins last year.
Yeah, Auburn's a team that's just really struggled in the clutch,
yes.
Especially under Hugh Freeze. But last year, it's just anytime it was a single score game and it was 5 minutes left, I was just well, we're going to lose.
Yeah.
Might as well turn this off.
Yeah.
I wish I did instead of just sitting there watching a heartbreak unfold.
I can't help myself. I never will be able to help myself.
Glutton for punishment.
Yeah.
But after Georgia, they'll be hosting LSU. And to me, this is Alex Golesh has to be looking at this and licking his lips.
Triple circled.
Yeah. In red.
Mm-hmm.
LSU will be their 8th straight game in a row. It's at Jordan-Hare. Right now it's scheduled for 11 a.m., which is disgusting. Hopefully Auburn's 4-2 or 5-1 at this point, and LSU's doing well, and they'll maybe move it to 6:30 or at least 2:30.
That'd be cool.
I'd be very excited. I'd be very high on Auburn to win this game. I already am a little bit. I do think this will be another shootout. I think Lane Kiffin with Sam Leavitt, they'll be able to produce some big plays.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Auburn will have settled in, kind of found their chemistry and gelled a little bit. And I think they'll be able to pop a little bit against LSU too.
Yeah, that game's very tic-tacky.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where I kind of hope, now that I think about it, I kind of hope it stays as a 11 a.m. kickoff, because you've got 8 games straight, and then you got to come to Auburn and play a game at 11 o'clock in the morning. I don't want these guys to have time to get Gatorade in their system. Okay? I want them to wake up to an ass whooping. So a little part of me is, even if we're going into this game 1 loss, 2 loss, undefeated, whatever, keep it at 11.
If it was a primetime slot, I just know. I mean, Jordan Hare's gonna be rocking no matter who they're playing. If it was primetime against I assume LSU will be ranked pretty high at this point of the season. It'd be insane. They'd cause an earthquake out there.
Yeah, but they'd also cause an earthquake if we're up 21-0 at half. At
11 or
Yeah.
probably like 130
Yeah.
or something. This to me is primed for Alex Golesh to get his signature win for this season. And if he can, it would really feel like he has arrived. Like it'd feel like a justification, like Auburn hired the right guy.
Yeah. Well, what happened when Brian Harsin beat a top 10 Ole Miss team in a primetime game?
I spent $600 on Iron Bowl tickets.
I also bought Iron Bowl tickets. Well, Lindsay, my fiance, bought us Iron Bowl tickets.
And then we lost the rest of the season. All right, next week they'll be at Ole Miss.
Winnable game.
Winnable. But if you're, imagine Auburn beats LSU. Now that could either give you momentum,
or you're riding the high,
and then Ole Miss just deflates you.
Yeah.
So to me, should be a shootout. Ole Miss's offense is crazy explosive. Trindad Chambliss, probably one of the most dangerous guys in the country. Keywan Lacey, a great running back, great running and catching out the backfield. So I would expect Ole Miss offensively to have a day against Auburn. So it's really, can Auburn keep up?
Why did everyone on our schedule just decide to have a nasty running back this year?
Why is half our schedule hard?
Oh, man. Yeah, that game could be a lot of fun. It's going to be an offensive battle.
Yeah.
It's one of those games where I think 1st to 24.
I think both get to like mid 30s and 40s.
Yeah. I mean, I agree, but I think the first one to hit that is going to be the winner of the game.
I mean, it could very well end up being whoever has the ball last.
I don't want that.
I don't either, but I'm saying it could. I do expect Auburn to hang with Ole Miss for the majority of the game, but I think Ole Miss will pull ahead or pull away at the end.
Mm-hmm.
I hope I'm wrong, but
I hope you're wrong too.
If it was at Auburn, I'd be a little more confident. I'd still probably give Ole Miss the edge, but I would be like, we got a little bit of a chance.
Mm-hmm.
With it being in Oxford, I have a hard time seeing Auburn's path to a win.
Yeah.
Not the most respectable opponent, but what I think is a tricky trip will be to Starksville when Auburn plays Mississippi State. I don't think Mississippi State is nothing crazy. I think they've been slowly getting a little better each year. I think their quarterback's nasty.
He is nasty.
And they got that Womack.
Braylon
Womack. And just the fact that it's in Starksville, I think there's a chance Auburn could come in a little flat. I'm not saying we lose. I'm just saying I think this could end up being a scary trip.
It could be. I mean, we haven't had a good history with Mississippi State in recent years.
We haven't had a good history with anybody in recent years.
Yeah.
Besides like Mercer.
I wouldn't. Yeah. Mississippi State could beat us, but so could Southern Miss.
I mean, any given Saturday, anything can happen. I just think this Mississippi State game's easy to overlook.
I think it depends on how the rest of the season looks. Are we riding the high of only having 2 losses going into the game? Do we already have 4 losses on the record? You know, where every game now you're fighting to get a bowl game, you know, or something like that. So I think it just depends. It's easier to overlook when you're riding a real big high.
Yeah, not too much to dig into, just noteworthy. And then, of course, they'll close in Tuscaloosa
Against
at
little
Alabama.
brother.
Against who?
Little brother.
Yes.
We can't have shit. We get good at basketball. Alabama gets good at basketball. We get good at baseball. Alabama gets good at baseball. Hell, they're going to be good at fucking equestrian or whatever next year.
I'd be disgusted.
Yeah, I'd be sick. Can't have shit.
But no, this Bama game, I got marked as a loss. Alabama's offense won't pop off. Even I'm very high on Keelan Russell. I think their lack of a conventional run game will help Auburn a lot. Because like we talked about, we trust the secondary. The linebacker core we trust a bit. It's really just that pass rush. So I expect the defense to be able to contain Alabama, but not shut them down.
Ask me about this game 5 weeks into the season.
Oh, no.
I got to do some scouting.
I do think Auburn will have a hard time throwing on Alabama. Their secondary is really good. Byron Brown, main weapons his legs, respectfully. It will be hard to get the passing game going against Alabama. So I think where Auburn's bread and butter will have to be, probably for the whole season, but especially this game, will be the ground game.
It's going to be a ground game and quick passes.
Yeah, real quick hitters.
He's not going to, one, have the time to just sit back and lollygag.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, even if he does, that Alabama secondary is so good.
Yeah.
With Xavier Brown and Bray Hubbard.
Sab.
But I mean, those guys are just so good. They can make it look like they're in a bad position.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second you release it, you're going to go, oh, fuck. You're going to go ahead. You're Byron Brown. You're going to go ahead and start running to the sideline to get ready to make a dang touchdown saving tackle. So the recipe to success is defense has to get stops, and you've got to be able to run the ball and get the quick pass game going. I don't expect us to try to take the top off a whole lot that game.
You can't turn the ball over. You have to leave the defense in a good position every drive. Alex Golesh was getting interviewed, and they asked him how long will it take to beat Alabama, and he said probably about 60 minutes, maybe overtime.
He's such a dog, dude. He's got such a dog mentality.
Now, that don't really mean anything. It's just a quote, but I'm glad he understands the culture.
Yeah, one of my favorite quotes from Alex Golesh came from Xavier Atkins getting interviewed. I think Takeo Spikes was interviewing him, and he said the difference in the last leadership and Alex Golesh and company is Hugh Freeze was saying, hey, let's survive till the fourth quarter, and we're going to win.
Yeah.
Alex Golesh is saying, come the fourth quarter, they're going to want to quit because we're going to be kicking their ass.
Mm-hmm.
So he's saying all the right things.
Yeah. I'm just hoping, like paper don't mean nothing. Words don't mean nothing. But when we're about 2 quarters into that first game against Baylor, I'll have a lot more knowledge and understanding of if Golesh was the right guy.
Mm-hmm. When we're about 4 to 5 crying apple Sprites in.
If I'm drinking that much, it's a bad thing.
Yeah, we'll see. I think this season's going to be fun.
It'll be fun. I think we'll be shaky at times, I think, and that's just having a first-year coach.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Saban lost to UL Monroe his first year. It just happens. But, I probably got us ceiling 9-3, and that's like, I'd be so happy. Floor, I'm gonna say like absolute worst case 5-7. I think we're gonna land at about 7-5.
Yeah, you just took exactly what I was going to say. Yeah, I would say ceiling is probably 9-3, 8-4. Floor 6-6, 5-7. But realistically, I expect us to be more of the 7-5, 8-4.
Yeah, I'm expecting 7-5. I'm hoping for 8-4. If we go 9-3, I'll be on cloud 9.
Dude, I'm going to be emailing the committee with like 1,000 different type of emails.
Put us in.
Auburn deserves to be in the playoff. We go 9-3 this year. Hell, we go 8-4. Next year, I'm going to say floor's 10-2.
Floor's 10-2. Floor national championship.
Ceiling Super Bowl championship. Thank you for watching the College Football Dropouts. My name is Christian.
I'm Aaron.
Let us know in the comments what you think the Auburn Tigers are going to look like this year under first-year head coach Alex Golesh. Let us know if we're being too high on them or if we're too low.
Or just right.
So, thank you again.
War Damn Eagle.
War
Thank
Eagle.
you.